A very good Tuesday morning to everyone out there across the Wobbles community and beyond. Landon right here in the driver's seat with you to bring you your latest morning weather forecast, courtesy of On Target. High pressure is maintaining control, folks. It's the same song and dance here across the region. What are these little wispy white things showing up on satellite just to the west? Oh my, that's some cloud cover. Luckily, it's not going to be sticking around here too much. We might get some passing high mid-level clouds here and there throughout the day, folks. But for the most part, sunshine is going to continue to dominate, along with above average temperatures coming back into the fold as well. Getting a look across the region, the Lovers Lane Soccer Complex and the Loops Trails, crystal clear skies over in that direction of Bowling Green. We can jog up I-165, looking over the Beechtree New Sky Cam in Morgantown. It's a nearly identical scenario. We don't have any cloud cover whatsoever across the region, or pretty much the Commonwealth for that matter. Might have a few of those clouds that'll stream in here from the west as we work throughout the day, but it's not going to be very noticeable, to say the least. Temperatures have stayed up a bit. We're located anywhere between the upper 30s and lower 40s. Looking down here near the Tennessee line, folks, we've got readings up in the lower 50s over in Logan and Simpson County, and look at Allen County, already stretching upwards of the mid and upper 50s over in that direction. Folks, this afternoon, we're going to be looking at above average temperatures, highs between the low and mid 80s. The good news is that humidity is going to stay at bay, so it's not going to be awful. But with that being said, rolling in here into late October, the low to mid 80s is going to be quite warm for this time of year. Getting a look here at the latest surface map. Not a whole lot going on across our neck of the woods with that area of high pressure maintaining complete control. Remember, folks, with high pressure just east of the region, clockwise flow around that area of high pressure is going to turn those winds out of the south and west today. It's those winds out of the south coinciding with the rays of sunshine that's going to take those thermometers to above average readings, all right? So let's jump over here and let's look at the latest model guidance. As we work throughout the remainder of this week, temperature swings are going to be the name of the weather game. We're going to work throughout today, we're going to get into tonight, and then we're going to work into Wednesday, folks. High pressure is going to maintain where it is, going to keep that southerly flow in here out of the deep south, thus resulting in the above average temperatures, okay? That's going to be both today and into our Wednesday as well. However, you will note we have a moisture-deprived cold front that's going to be jolting in here out of the north and west, and here we are looking at Wednesday right at lunchtime, and then we roll into Wednesday evening. That moisture-starved cold front's going to jolt through here, and we're going to have a brief reprieve from the action with this high pressure bringing in a northerly wind component briefly throughout Wednesday night and into the early morning hours of our Thursday. That's going to bring temperatures down roughly 10 degrees in the Thursday time frame. Highs are going to be down between the low and mid 70s. But then very quickly, folks, as that area of high pressure skirts back off to our north and east as we get into Friday, you will note another cold front arriving out of the north and west, but high pressure now to our east again will be turning those winds out of the south and warming us up significantly again. We're going to be right back up between the low and mid 80s again by the time we roll into our Friday afternoon. And then as we get into our Friday evening, this is where our setup is going to be located, all right? We got this area of low pressure pinwheeling well up here into Canada. Canadian high pressure is going to be building in behind this secondary moisture-starved cold front coming through Friday afternoon into Friday night. Now, it is worth mentioning, folks, we might get in on a few sprinkles, a few light showers here right along and ahead of the cold front. It's not going to be anything significant. We're going to have very dry low layers of the atmosphere that'll gobble up the majority, if not all of that moisture before it's able to make it to the ground. So the good news is after Friday afternoon and evening, we get that area of high pressure that comes in here. It's going to bring our temperatures back down to near normal or leave a little bit cooler for this time of year. We should be back down around the 60s for highs as we progress throughout the weekend. Our next significant opportunity at rain and storm chances continues to be advertised for the mid to latter part of next week. And of course, this is going to be right during Halloween time. So right now, folks, guidance is continuing to hint at the possibility of the day before Halloween, all right? So rolling into Wednesday on the 30th, we've got this massive cold front that's going to blast east through the region with deep moisture return out of the Gulf of Mexico. As we previously mentioned yesterday, folks, during our morning video, we're going to be keeping eyes on this thing because with this robust temperature alteration, along with the moisture return flow here and the given dynamics, we could be looking at some strong to perhaps even severe storms come out of this. It would look like somewhat of a line segment or maybe even a squall line blasting through here the Wednesday before Halloween on throughout our Wednesday night. And by Halloween morning, the cold front tries to work out of here, but we got another weather maker up here in Canada trying to dive down that we're going to be keeping eyes on. So it looks to be pretty quiet, folks, here over the next week. But starting roughly 8 to 9 to 10 days out from today is whenever we could be getting back into an active pattern here with what the latest model guidance is showcasing, okay? And also in that regard, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be carrying temperatures well above average for this time of year here over the next 8 to 14 days, over the next 2 weeks. We could see temperatures surge well back up into the 80s along and ahead of that cold front that could be passing through here the day before Halloween. We will obviously be keeping note of it. And finally, we've got some above average precipitation chances that's trying to work back towards the region, or at least just west of the region here over the next 2 weeks. It will be without question. It's still over a week out with numerous question marks. The next significant opportunity of rainfall, October 30th, potentially lasting on into the Halloween holiday as well. Here over the next 7 days, though, folks, we're keeping it quiet as a mouse. We still got zilch in the measurable rainfall department. You might get a sprinkler or two Wednesday afternoon and evening. Outside of that, there's going to be a whole lot of nothing going on. Quick glance out into the tropics. Tropical storm Oscar's continuing to lose its momentum. Continues to peel off to the north and east, working its way through and out of the Bahamas here by the time we work into the latter part of today and on into the overnight hours. Here's a look at your next 6-day weather forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. Loads of sunshine both today and tomorrow. Highs locating between the low and mid 80s. Slightly cooler on Thursday with that little blip of high pressure bringing highs back down between the low and mid 70s. As we were just discussing, folks, highs catapulting back up to the mid 80s on Friday with that high pressure turning winds back out of the south. And then the moisture-starved cold front brings an isolated rain chance there Friday night. Highs back down between the mid and upper 60s throughout the entirety of the weekend to follow. Folks, that'll wrap up your Tuesday morning Whether or Not forecast brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a blessed second.